been a while. In my defense, the first semester of senior year was probably the most hectic semester of my life. Oh, it got really dark all of a sudden. Literally every single class that I had this semester had some kind of group presentation component. I really don't like group presentations regardless of who's in my group or not, because it's just such a hassle to try and get everybody to meet together because everyone has such different schedules. That's over with. As a final semester senior, now I'm having to look at like, what am I gonna do after graduation? I'm definitely taking a gap year, but I don't know what I'm supposed to do. No idea where I'm gonna be like 7 months from now. Whatever, but my friend recommended this book to me, Me Talk Pretty One Day by David Sedaris. Reading it makes me feel a little bit better about myself. It's kind of an autobiographical work. It's really funny though. Honestly, this is the type of thing that I want to write. I'm really interested in writing, but I'm not, I guess, motivated enough for each chapter. It's just like a different part of his life that is hilarious or just means a lot to him. What he went through in college is just amazing to me, and like the fact that he's able to move around so much and be unemployed in like New York for a while. If he can do it and be successful in life, I really don't see why can't I, you know? So it gives me a little bit of hope. A lot of my friends, I realize, are people that I would read about just for funsies. I'm thinking about writing about them, just like something like a chapter that would be in a book. So like a vignette basically of their character and persona. So far, in order to do that, I asked a couple of them to give me like a 10-track soundtrack to their life so that I can listen to the music and the lyrics and then see how they perceive themselves, but also how I see them as people, and then kind of put that together into a creative writing thing. But on a side note, look at Lady, look at how big she is. I got this in Chicago this summer. My coworkers cut a piece of the ivy, so when I first got her, she was just this, and this leaf. I brought her, I flew, but I had her in a water bottle. They didn't ask me any questions. I put it through security. Do you not see that there's a living organism in my container here? Also, I brought home a full-length umbrella. It's a really nice umbrella that I bought from Walgreens, but still, it's a really good umbrella. And I googled it, like, can you carry on umbrellas? And they were like, no, it's considered a weapon, blah blah blah, they'll take it from you. So I didn't ask any questions, security. If there's anything that I learned from my time in Chicago, it's that it's better to beg for forgiveness than ask for permission. So for the break, I've pretty much just been reading and knitting more. For a week, I worked on a food truck, which is also something that I really want to put in my novel if I ever do write one, because it was so ridiculous. The last day that I was at school, I was just going through Craigslist and like sending in my resume to a lot of different people. I came across this one advertisement for a food truck in Nashville. It didn't have a name. It didn't have a name for the food truck. It literally was just like, I am looking for a female to help out on the food truck. No mentions about pay or work hours. It was just, you need to be a female and you need to have some knowledge of social media like Twitter. So I was like, hey, I am qualified for all of these. I have social media knowledge. I'm a girl, so I sent in my resume, and the same day, a couple hours later, I got a call from this guy. I told him that I was only going to be home for about a month, and he was like, oh yeah, that sounds perfect. Can you come help tomorrow? I'm actually still at school. Holy crap, this guy's a psychopath. I'm not gonna say which food truck or like his name because I don't want to like ruin his business, because it wasn't bad food, it was just a little bit disturbing. He parks his food truck behind his friend's house, so I had to drive to this person's house every morning at 8 a.m. I worked on Monday for the first time. that was an 8 to 3 shift, and I didn't get paid that day. And then the next time I showed up on Wednesday, it was for a church event. That was a 4-day event. I literally had to show up every day for those 4 days at 9 and then came home at like 10. It was 9 to 10 every day for 4 days. He's never had any kind of experience with the restaurant industry, and he has zero training as a chef. So he actually like also hired this guy off of Craigslist who is a chef. He has developed the entire menu for this food truck, but this guy, the owner guy, takes credit for everything. He's like, yeah, I built this food truck by myself. He didn't build it. He basically hired some guy to build it. He didn't come up with a menu. He hired this guy to do it. Like, he's kind of disgusting. He like cross-contaminates a lot of stuff, so he'll like touch money and then like go back to handling food and like just leave meat everywhere. But it's interesting because people will come back and be like, your food is amazing. Yeah, I digress. I'm kind of glad that I only had to do it for a week, because he actually texted me on New Year's Eve and was like, hey, do you want to come work? We have like an event tonight downtown. And I was like, yeah, actually I have other plans. And then I stayed home and played solitaire. I would Snapchat my friends and be like, hey, I'm working, make sure I come home. Make sure I text you tonight, because if I don't, I've been kidnapped. Because he would like drive me places and not tell me where we're going. And he was kind of creepy. I gave his business card to one of my friends and I was like, if I disappear, if you don't hear from me for 24 hours, report this guy to the cops. I'm a huge fan of Kitchen Nightmares, and I feel like if there was a Food Truck Nightmares spin-off, I think it would be a hit, because this is just something else. I remember the first thing when I first met this guy, he was like, oh, so is this what you want to do after college? And I was like, hopefully not. No offense, but I don't think so.